You think you're walking through the city, but maybe the city is walking you. Not with police, not with signs, just with a curb, a bench, a line on the floor, a badly placed flower pot, and somehow your body obeys. That is the invisible architecture of public space, the quiet system that decides where you speed up, where you slow down, where you turn, and where you suddenly feel like maybe you shouldn't be there. And the strangest part? Most of the time, you call it my choice. Start with a sidewalk. A wide, smooth, straight sidewalk makes you walk faster. Your legs see open space and switch into commuter mode, but add trees, a trash can, a scooter abandoned by someone with no moral structure, and suddenly, you're not walking anymore, you're navigating. The city didn't tell you to slow down, it just made fast walking inconvenient. Floors do this too. A glossy mall floor says, keep moving, maybe buy a candle you don't need. Cobblestones say, slow down, feel history attacking your ankles. Long lines pull your eyes forward. Crosswise patterns make your body hesitate. In airports, stations, and malls, the floor often works like silent GPS. You think the place is intuitive. No, it's designed to feel intuitive. And the best kind of control is the kind that feels like common sense. Shopping malls are the purest version of this. You walk in for one thing, a charger, a bottle of water, a pair of socks, and 15 minutes later, you've passed 12 storefronts, smelled cinnamon from somewhere suspiciously far away, and considered buying a phone case for a phone you don't own. That didn't happen by accident. Escalators are often placed so the next one isn't right in front of you. To go up, you cross the floor. To cross the floor, you pass the stores. To pass the stores, you become vulnerable to a sale on something described as essential. The mall doesn't want you to travel. It wants you to drift, like a plastic bag in the ocean of capitalism. Then there's the bench, the innocent little bench. A bench looks like furniture, but it can be a social instruction. Benches facing a fountain say, look at the fountain. Benches facing a walkway say, watch people like a low-budget philosopher. Benches in a circle invite conversation. Benches far apart say, please remain emotionally separate. And some benches are designed to be uncomfortable on purpose. Too narrow, too cold, no backrest, metal dividers. Officially, it's urban design. In practice, it says, sit briefly, then leave. That's when architecture stops being neutral. It starts deciding who belongs. Small barriers are even sneakier. A low fence, a chain between posts, a curb, a planter, a strip of grass. Physically, these things barely stop anyone, but most people still don't cross them because public space is full of symbolic walls. A tiny fence says, not this way. A planter says, go around. A curb says, this area has changed. No punishment is needed. The hint is enough. That's why 3 flower pots can redirect hundreds of people a day. Not because they are powerful, because we are extremely cooperative mammals with shoes. Light does the same thing. People move toward brightness. A lit path feels safer. A dark corner feels suspicious, even if it's shorter. A glowing staircase invites you upward. A dim hallway whispers, this is how a horror movie starts. You think you're following signs. Sometimes, you're just following photons, like a moth, but with rent. And then there are desire paths, those dirt trails across grass where people ignored the official sidewalk and created their own. An architect drew a beautiful right angle. The public looked at it and said, with their feet, no. That path is not vandalism. It's feedback. It's the human body correcting a bad plan. The official sidewalk says, please walk elegantly around the lawn. The person late for work says, I have selected democracy. This is the uncomfortable part. Not all of this is bad. Cities need guidance. Stations need flow. Crosswalks keep people alive. Good design makes space easier to understand. The problem starts when guidance becomes quiet pressure. When a place doesn't just help you move, it tells you how long you're allowed to stay, how fast you should pass through, where you're welcome, and where you should disappear without anyone saying it. So next time you walk through a mall, station, park, plaza, or street, notice the invisible script. Where do people speed up? Where do they slow down? Where does nobody sit, even though there are seats? Where does the path seem obvious? And who made it obvious? Because every curb, light, bench, tile, planter, and doorway is quietly making suggestions. And your body is answering before your brain even gets a vote. You think you're walking through the city, but maybe, the whole time, the city has been walking you.